Hello and welcome to the Music Scout podcast with myself, Lewis Fisher, and welcome back to Season 3. I'm calling it Season 3 because I've had a couple of weeks off, went on holiday, and now I am back for another stint with the Music Scout podcast. Thank you all very much for joining me and coming back after a little stint off. It's been nice being away, but it's good to be back, folks, and it's going to be really good to just show lots and lots of new music with you, lots of interviews as well, and it's great to be back. So we're kicking off the show with the Sons of Bill, Believer, Pretender. Oh, it's good to be back. Yes, folks, it is back. The Music Scout is back, and with episode 77, we are kicking off with an absolute corker of a song. Really nice, warm tone, and just a very, very simplistic song in itself, but just has so many characters and elements to it. That was Sons of Bill and Believer Pretender, a lovely song coming from their 2018 album. It was Oh God Ma'am, and that was actually released a few weeks ago, actually, so a very, very new release for them, and that was under Loose Music as well. So do go check out that album as well as the rest of their material. It was their debut album, so give them lots of love, guys. So yes, I've been on holiday for a week. I went to Crete. It was very nice. I listened to lots of music, some of which is going to be played today. It was a good time to just relax and just not have not the pressure to make podcasts, but at the same time it was good to just have the time off and just listen to music at my own pace. And I managed to listen to so many albums that I haven't had the time to, some of which have made it to the top 10 albums of 2018 so far. There is actually going to be a small roundup fairly soon of the albums that are currently on that list, or I will do a short list or something like that, because there are so many albums coming out, and I can name a few off the top of my head, like Idles' new album, Novo Amore's new album, we got Flight apparently releasing some new music, just so many artists that are releasing new music that I can't start even making a top 10. It will probably be a short list, just to give you a flavour of one of them. One of them is going to be played at the end, actually, so there's a nice little thing for you there. That's going to be from a band called Shame, and that's going to be a song called Angie, so that's going to be one of the contenders of 2018. I was highly impressed by those guys, but I will talk about those later on. We're going to move on to the next track, number 2 of the episode, Gregory Ackerman, and this is going to be 10 Little Indians and Then There Were None.
10 voices on the TV screen, all disagree, it doesn't do nothing but cause more insanity, and the people don't mind, it drives the kids crazy. Nine reasons not to handle a gun, but we all picked the one guarantees of safety. 8 people found dead in a bar, but he didn't get far. They said that he was crazy. Seven countries left in this world, all out of breath, and we don't take no women. No trees left to shade your soul. They took those, and then they'll take your women. For themselves, and then one came into wealth to be the president soon. Yeah. Four frogs floating down the street, and one held onto a dream and never made no money. 3 barrels pointed up your nose to say that's just how it goes. Get used to it, honey.
And as that fades away, Gregory Ackerman and the song 10 Little Indians and Then There Were None. This is coming from the album And Friends, which was released this year, and that was from Munich Records. So we'll move on to the next song fairly quickly, just because I noticed when I was away, I had a look back at the duration of some of the episodes, and they get longer and longer. So either I'm rambling more, or the songs I'm choosing are longer. But I think the whole ethos of the podcast when I first made it was meant to be half an hour long, and they're turning out to be about 50 minutes long now. So I mean, obviously the interviews I can understand, because that's my decision. I can end the interview whenever the heck I want. So if I think that it's going really well, then I'll keep doing it. So, but yeah, these music episodes I'm trying to cut down very slightly, just so it's not as long, not too much rambling, more music. It's just what everybody wants. So Stu Larson is going to be next. This song is absolutely beautiful. I'm just putting it out there, and this is going to be featuring Natsuki Kurai. And this is going to be a song called Hajimari or Heimari. Apologies for butchering the song title there. This is an instrumental, and it's just a perfect demonstration of how to create a song and just make it sound so beautiful. I hope you guys enjoy it, and hope you guys agree as well. Try not to tear up, just saying. It's anyone who knows me well, I know I love a harmonica. So as soon as I heard this harmonica in this track, I was like, yep, done. Just going straight in the podcast. I've been trying to figure out what to play for the first one back, so I really wanted to put a really good, diverse episode together, a really good quality episode together. So I hope you are all enjoying it, and the double header of music later on is actually going to be an acoustic one, just again a little bit different, one that we haven't really done before, if not at all. So yeah, we're going to listen to Stu Larson featuring Natsuki Kurai and Hajimari. The absolutely wonderful Stu Larson and Natsuki Kurai from their album Stu Larson and Natsuki Kurai 2. So they've released one album together, and this is the second. It came out this year, and it's an independent release from them. It's an EP. It's got 4 songs on it, and do go check out the rest of the songs because they are over 6 minutes long. So if you enjoyed that, it was a nice 3-minute segment for you. There's 3 more on there which are about 7 minutes. So I kind of wish I chose one of those now, but that one is absolutely gorgeous. So it gives you a nice little feel for that album, and do go check out their fantastic partnership and the rest of their catalogue as well. So let's move on to the 4th track for this episode. This is going to be a band who I've been following for quite some time now. They're called The Night Cafe. You probably might have heard them before, but they recently released a new EP for this year, and it's one of the songs on there is called Felicity. We're going to check it out now. The Night Cafe for you with the song Felicity, which is the opening track from their new EP, which came out this year called Bunk Bed. Do go check it out as it is an independent release as well, and as well as their other singles that they have put out, because they are a flipping fantastic band. Let's move on to the double header of music then. So this is going to be the acoustic double header of music, like I said earlier on, and this is just something that I thought would be, again, a bit different, just because it's the first episode back. Just wanted to get everybody back into the swing of things, get loads of diversity on here, and just change things up a little bit more as well. So this is going to be The Tallest Man on Earth, and then hit the track Somewhere in the Mountains, Somewhere in New York, which is the latest single from him. And then we're going to listen to Prides and their single Born to Be Whole. So both really, really good tracks. I hope you do enjoy. And just before then, we're going to hear a quick message from our sponsors. So let me tell you about the most innovative approach to new music that exists today. Revival Recordings, an artist-first record label based out in North Carolina, and has introduced Revival 52, a commitment to fans to release new music every Friday for 52 weeks of 2018. From metal to pop punk to indie rock, Revival 52 will be bringing something new for you to enjoy every Friday. So do go enjoy great music from your new favourite record label for free right now. That's Revival 52 on Spotify, and that's ffm.to/Revival52.
Looking for my breath in these dark and stormy days. All I do is miss you, darling, one in so many ways. Should I not look back? Oh, I know hours getting late, and I won't sing of sorrow, but please don't take your love away. Somewhere in the mountains and somewhere in New York, we'll forget the hour. There's that song we hummed before, heard them talk of sunshine and life in restful ways. Now I won't sing of sorrow, but please don't take your love away. Some nights will haunt me till the daylight comes around. I'll be fine, it's all I really own, has always been around. Hanging on the dream of you, I will fall through days, but I get up stubborn. All your warmth and funny ways. Should I not look back? Oh, I know hours getting late. Now I won't sing of sorrow, but please don't take your love away. Some nights will haunt me till the daylight comes around. I'll be fine, it's all I really own, has always been around. I run before the days will have me to believe you'll dance within me. It's only but a dream. Somewhere in the mountains and somewhere in New York, we'll forget the hour and the long, long road.
conversations we had, testing out the words I never said but should have. There's a kiss in the kitchen, ice cold. There's a slow dance in the fireplace, so slow. There's the talk of how we'll be when we're old. There's this thing that we have, two puzzle pieces born to be whole. Two puzzle pieces born to be whole. Constant in and out, one mind's unwavering will fight. But you never did stand for my shit, and you challenge every word, even as I hold on to it. There's a smile in the mirror frame of gold. There's a toothpaste grin laughing at your own jokes. There's the talk of how we'll be when we're old. There's this thing that we have, two puzzle pieces born to be whole. Two puzzle pieces born to be whole. God damn it, there's so much I wanna tell you. God damn it, it's so hard for me to say. I've never known too much. You're so hopeful, heart-string tug. 'Cause I would love to see you every single day. Every single day. Locked horns and arms crossed, imaginations run wild. It's a touch under a table, it's impeccable style. It's red lips on balconies, shouting in the street. There's a kiss as the lift closed, there's a day spent in sheets. There's a cannonball firework, comic confetti. There's a promise, a photograph, empty seat that you kept for me. Is watching you do makeup, made for my soul. See these things that we have, two puzzle pieces born to be whole. And everybody knows, two puzzle pieces born to be whole. God damn it, there's so much I wanna tell you. God damn it, it's so hard for me to say. I've never known too much. You're so hopeful, heart-string tug. 'Cause I would love to see you every single day. Every single day. Every single day.
Two lovely acoustic songs there, and that was The Tallest Man on Earth you heard first with Somewhere in the Mountains, Somewhere in New York, and then you heard Prides with their acoustic version of their song Born to Be Whole, both released this year, and do go check out the rest of their music. So that's episode 77 done, folks. Thank you all very much for joining me and taking time out of your day to listen to the podcast. It definitely means a lot to me personally, and we're going to be finishing off the podcast with a band called Shame, and this is going to be a song called Angie. These boys I've actually known about on and off this year. I've sort of seen a few bits about them on Radio 6 Music and a couple of things on Billboard and NME and all this, and I thought, okay, I think it's time to listen to their album, just because I was flicking through. It's getting to that time where people start listing off the albums of their year as like a halfway point already, so I'm going to be doing that next week. Decided just off the top of my head that I'm going to do it next week. Sort of like I'm not going to play the songs from those records, it's just going to be a list. Actually I might do. I'll see how I go. Just off the top of my head, just thinking for the episode for next week. But we'll see how we go. It might be an episode dedicated to like the halfway point and albums that I think are strong contenders for the year. If you'd like to see that or hear it, as it were, let me know in just like email me or send me a tweet if just saying that you really like to hear that, and I will do that for next week. So Shame have released a new album for 2018, and I had a nice little listen to it. It's called Songs of Praise, and it's a fantastic album. I really, really like this album. It's from Dead Oceans Records as well, and it's just a pivotal post-punk album that is just so many dynamics, so many clever parts to it, and even down to like the vocals talking like this and speaking a lot through the album with such a monotone, deep voice. As a good example, as a sort of little example. And it sort of gets you right under your skin. It's really weird, but quite cool at the same time. And it's just that sort of notion of not giving a shit, basically. It's just a notion of doing what they want and not caring and just putting something out that they want to do. And you can really hear that in the album. So this is going to be a contender for the album of the year. I don't know how high it will rank, but I know it's going to be on there. I'm pretty sure, just because it's not something I've heard. It's very refreshing for the indie rock scene. It's very refreshing for post-punk indie rock scene. So it's great to hear. So that's going to be a song called Angie, and the band Shame from their album Songs of Praise. But one more thing before we leave, or four more things. The Music Scout podcast website, which is www.themusicscout.co.uk. The email is themusicscoutpodcast@gmail.com. I'm nearly forgetting them because it's been that long. And social media is the Music Scout on Facebook and Instagram, and the Music Scout with a little underscore on Twitter. So thank you all very much once again for joining me. It's time to finish the show off with a little bit of Shame. Ta-ra!